Hey, what's up, fellow traveler? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Origin of the Frequency. I'm your host, Sir Christopher, and I'm gonna need you to lock in. All right, y'all. So I was listening to some frequency music last night, right? And I say I probably only got maybe 4 hours of sleep, right? So I was listening to some frequency music, and I woke up probably like in the middle of the night, probably around 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So I wake up and I'm kind of like in between that spot where you half sleep and you half awake, and you more still asleep than you are awake, right? So I'm there in the bed. Hold up, y'all. Let me fix this so it ain't like shaking all over the place and shit. All right, so yeah, so I'm in the bed. I sit up. So at this point, I'm sitting up, and I hear the frequency music in the back. And when I say like the frequency was like hitting me, like I would genuinely feel the frequencies like while I was awake. It was like they were like penetrating me, right? So I was like, damn, what the fuck? And it was so powerful to the point where I actually went and I changed it, because after a while I had started to feel like somebody was there in the room with me. I just couldn't see them. There was for sure somebody in the room, and I felt their presence. And I wouldn't even say that I was fearful of the presence. I was scared of the whole situation overall. And let me tell y'all what it was like, right? So it was like when you're little, right? And you're scared of the dark. Not because anything is gonna happen to you, but because you don't know what it is. And I feel like that's the reason that I felt some type of way, is because I was feeling it, but I wasn't seeing anything. And then also, I had started to get glimpses of shit out the corner of my eye. If y'all go check my other videos, I've had this happen to me before, where I seen a full like angel statue and all that, kind of like kneeling on the ground. It was wild. Go watch the I seen a fairy and an angel video, and I kind of explained that a little bit more. But yeah, so I was sitting up in the bed. I had been asleep for maybe 2 hours by this point, and I'm just sitting in the bed, and what's steady waking me up is the frequency music. Like, usually I can listen to frequency music, I wake up in the middle of the night, I have no issues. Like, I'm good, you know? Like, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm out here sweating and shit, but hey, I'm getting both things done at one time. Making my spiritual videos and making my content where I get out here and show y'all, you know, me walking and shit like that. So I can do both of these shits at the same time to get more videos for y'all. But I'm trying to see what else. So yeah, it like pulled, like I literally had to go change the frequency, because it was just like, I don't know, man. It was something off about it. It wasn't like eerie or like scary, but it definitely felt like something was off. And I don't know if it's because the presence was there, or if it's because like I was tapping into that side, and because I was half awake and half asleep, I was more on that side anyways, right? And with me steady falling asleep and waking back up, I feel like that was putting me more on that side while I was still kind of conscious. And what was happening was, when I crossed over to the other side in my spiritual body, I would see the other souls around, and then the frequency music is still playing. So I have the frequency music still playing, and I think I'm going in and out of my soul body because I'm still falling asleep. And I think what was happening was, it was the mixture between the frequency music. It was a mixture between the frequency music, and also I think it's because I kept falling asleep. I really do. I think it's because I kept falling asleep. And I think that I literally was going to the other side, but I was literally staying in my body still. But I was still able to perceive what was around me with my third eye. And I think that's what was tripping me up, not necessarily the frequency music. But I don't know, man. I can't say for 100% sure if the frequency music didn't have anything to do with it, but it didn't feel it didn't feel ominous. Hold up. Ominous. Wait, hold up. Why did you say it? It didn't feel ominous. Yeah. Hey, is it ominous? I think it is. Fuck it. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Creepy, right? So, it didn't necessarily feel creepy, but I think I tied those two together, meaning like the reason this is happening is because this frequency music is steady waking you up, not because it was bad. So that's basically my story from last night, man. I had to get up to cut the frequency music off. I don't even think I put it on no more frequency. I think I put on a fan or something to go to sleep, because I really like listening to fans and, you know, shit like that in order to go to sleep. Waves and all of that type of shit, right? So yeah, man, y'all see, that's where we came from. Yeah, man, y'all, this street long as hell. It really, it goes on for a little minute. Yeah, and hella people be on here. I'm actually trying to like be able to still focus on y'all and not care about like people coming up and down the street and me like so focused on them looking at me and what they think about me out here with a camera talking to it. I don't give a fuck. And I had to train myself to not care, because it's like, even if they did say something, they're not out here fucking doing it. So it is what it is, man. So if y'all out there and y'all want to try something and y'all are so caught up on what people think, you can't live for everybody else, man. When you chose to come here on this earth, you chose to. You the soul that's watching this right now. You chose to come on this earth. You chose to come here basically by yourself, because when you came here and forgot everything, no one else was with you in that moment. No one, like when you forgot everything, I don't mean like, you know, your spirit guides and stuff on the outside looking in. I mean you as a baby, not remembering anything, but just this fucking big ass light out of nowhere and the doctor smacking you on the ass so you can cry, right? So just go for that shit, man. Like I literally used to care so much about what people thought. Now I don't give a fuck the people driving by. I don't give a fuck if they have something good or bad to say about me, because at the end of the day, it's how bad do you want it, right? Because if you don't want it as bad as to where you don't care what people think of you, then you don't want it that bad, bro. You don't. And honestly, on my spiritual channel, I want to do that to wake more people up, because we've been asleep for way too fucking long, and they lied to us our whole fucking lives, man. They lied to us about the Bible, everything. And the crazy thing about it is, the stories in the Bible are pretty much real. Some of them are real. But when the Bible starts talking about, you know, talking to the burning bush and, you know, stuff like that, that was basically because people were able to astral project or leave their body or however you want to say it, or whichever term you want to use. Jesus said that the kingdom is within, right? And so many people spend time looking outside of them for answers when you have the answers already. You just have to go within to find them. You have to tune out all of the fucking extra stimuli and shit and put in the fucking work. You know, I remember when I first started meditating, I couldn't even, my eyes didn't even sit still, bro. Like, I closed my eyes, right, y'all? We're gonna pull it, we're gonna do it again, all right? So, this is what it is. Okay, so, I closed my eyes. Well, this is when I first started meditating. I look behind my closed eyes, like, my eyes just looking at everything. Like, bro, there's nothing to look at. But I feel like that we have been doing this so much, it's like muscle memory. Like, when is the last time my eyes were able to just close and you be present? I'm not talking about you dreaming or any, you who's there during the day, who's making all the decisions. That part, right? That person, is that person present with their thoughts? Is that person able to close their eyes and be able to go and look at everything that's basically happened to them up until that point and how they can fix shit? You know, we spend so much of our time, on the phone, video games, watching TV, watching movies. We're always invested in other people's lives. And then, you know, you look up 10 years then past and you're like, damn, you know, what happened to all of that time? You fucking wasted it, bro. You wasted that time. You wasted it. Scrolling on TikTok, looking at useless shit, instead of learning something that's gonna benefit you in the long run, or just benefit your overall well-being. In the moment, I feel like when people be like scrolling TikTok and YouTube and all those shorts and shit like that, I feel like if you ask those people what they learned, or if they could go back and trade out that time that they did scrolling and doing a bunch of bullshit to then go back and learn something that's going to benefit them, I guarantee you probably like 80% of people will say, yeah, I want to go back and I want to change it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, right? And you have to ask yourself, right? If you've been doing the same thing every day for the last 30 years, right? And your life hasn't changed. It's not unless you do something about it. I'm gonna just be all the way real with you. Somebody said something the other day. They said, in order for you to manifest something, you have to change who you are now to become the person who you want to be, right? So let's say I want to be a millionaire, right? I want to run a Fortune 500 company as the CEO, okay? You as the CEO is not going to be you who becomes the CEO, because of everything that you're going to have to put in, the energy. Energy can't be created or destroyed. So you have to put that energy into shit. You have to find that shit to put that energy in. And if you putting it on bullshit, you gonna get bullshit back. It's just the way the universe works. And when you start to change shit is when you start to see changes happen in your life for the universe to open up to what it already is supposed to do, which is because you're a creator being. When you start to walk in abundance and, you know, actually going out and doing the things that you said that you were going to do, the universe is going to open up and give you what you want. But you also have to be willing to put in that time and that effort, because it's not just going to land in your fucking lap. You know, people be like, oh, you know, I'm manifesting in this. Yeah, you can manifest all you want, but if you ain't trying to put in no effort towards what you're trying to manifest, that shit ain't about to work. That's just plain and simple. That's what I meant by energy can't be created or destroyed. You can't get something for nothing. You know what I mean? There's already a set amount of energy in the universe. No more, no less. So when you start to go after these things to manifest, you have to put that energy into it so you can get that energy back in a good way on the things that you want in life, right? And y'all, that's how that shit works. I had a old 369 journal that I bought off of TikTok maybe like 2 years ago. And the only things that didn't get manifested for me were two things. It was two things. I asked for 3 things total, and 2 of the things did get answered. And the only 2 things that did get answered were the things that I didn't put the work in for. Plain and simple. So, like, let's say you want to have 10 million subscribers, right, on YouTube and make money from it, right? And you want to manifest that, but you never upload YouTube videos. How the fuck are you going to get to 10 million subscribers? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. It's just not going to work. That's just not how the universe works. Yeah, man. That's basically what I came to basically tell y'all about today. I dropped a couple gems towards the end. Yeah, I dropped a couple gems at the end just to kind of, you know, put y'all up on game a little bit, you know, about certain things and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's basically what happened to me last night when I went to sleep last night with some frequencies playing on the TV. That shit's like it was changing some shit in me, man. I had to go and cut the TV off, man. I mean, I cut it off, change it to a fan so I could go back to sleep. But yeah,